Good afternoon, grade 4s. Welcome to today's math lesson online. And for this lesson, we're going to be looking at our first section of work that we want to be doing. But before I get started with that, I want to ask, please, that you take a photo of your check what you know for chapter 10 and post that in Edmodo with this assignment so that I can please see how you guys all performed in that. With that out of the way, let us continue with the topic that I have in mind for today. This will cover lesson 1 and lesson 2 in your math books. And basically, we will be talking about easier ways to do multiplication. And so when you look at lesson 1, there are some examples that you can read through by yourself. If you have any questions, please, as with English, please post them in Edmodo and I will try to answer them for you. If I need to, I will make a video and post the video to explain the problem as well. With regards to these problems, basically what we are getting to is, we already did in mathematics how to break numbers apart to make them easier to understand. To count them by tens or to count them by groups of fives, like that. What I want to look at today is to show you how certain numbers can stay the same by simply adding zeros. Now, if you look in your mathematics book on page 186, you will see examples of this. For example, if we take 7 times 2, you guys should already know that 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, now if we add a 0 to the 2 and make the 2 20, what will the answer be then? Difficult, right? Actually, no, not so difficult. Because since we are working by tens, we will also simply add the same number of zeros to the answer of 7 times 2. 7 times 2 was 14, so 7 times 20 will be 14 with 1 0, which is 140. And every time that the number we multiply with gets an extra 0, the answer will also get an extra 0. So 7 times 200 will not be 14 or 140, but 1400. And so we can continue and go on that way. So for lesson 1, that's basically what you need to be able to use to cheat the mathematics, to find an easy way to work with bigger numbers. Okay, I would like you, please, for this lesson to do for me, I know Teacher Gani already gave you some questions, but she didn't give any of the problem solving questions, so I will be giving you questions again. So all those questions that Teacher Gani gave you, don't worry about them so much, do the ones that I'll be telling you now. So I want you first of all to do for me for today the check questions for lesson 1. That's on page 186. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. Then I would like you to take a photo of those pictures, those questions that you did, and post them please for me in Edmodo so that I can have a look before I give you, if necessary, more questions to do. Also, I would like you to do one problem solving question for me, and that is, let us see, question 32. Please, on page 187. Then I will give you some extra questions tomorrow from this lesson as well. All right, going on to the second lesson on page 188 and 189. This is about estimation. Now, estimation we also did before, so hopefully this will just be a reminder for you about how to do estimation. So when we do estimation, remember what we do is we use rounding. Do you remember this line? Bigger than 4 or smaller than 5. If a number is bigger than 4, then the previous number becomes 1 bigger. If a number is smaller than 5, then they stay the same. For example, if we work with 23 and we round to the nearest 10, then we will say, okay, look at the 3 in 23. Is the 3 bigger than 4 or smaller than 5? The answer, of course, is 3 is smaller than 5. So 23 will be rounded to 20. We change the 3 to a 0. Now, if we said 25, then we will say, okay, so the 5 is the 5 bigger than 4 or smaller than 5? And of course, it's bigger than 4. So the 5 will become 0 and the 2 will become 1 bigger. So it will become not 25 but 30. Okay? So in this lesson, we use the same principle to estimate. If I ask you, you're going to buy 10 apples and each apple is 1 baht 50 stang. How much will 10 apples be? Oh, we're working with 10. That's easy. What's 1 baht 50 stang times 10? Add a 0 or move the comma 1 space to the right. So 1 baht 50 stang becomes 15 baht. But if we said, okay, multiply by 9, we want to buy 9 apples, then what would we do? Then we say, okay, let's round it to get an estimation of how much money we should take to the store to buy some apples. So we'd say, okay, 1 baht 50 stang is 50 bigger than 4 or smaller than 5. It's bigger than 4, so 1 baht 50 will become 2 baht. And then 2 times 9 is 18. So we could say, okay, 18 is close to 20. If I take 20 baht to the shop, I will have enough. That's estimation. All right? So for lesson 2, we will look at how to round. There are some good examples in your textbook. Please look at the examples. Follow the same steps. All right? Step 1, round the number to the nearest 100 or 10 or 20, depends on what the question says. Round to the nearest 100, round to the nearest 10, round to the nearest 1,000. If the question says round to the nearest 100, then you're going to look at the tens digit. If the question says round to the nearest 1,000, then you're going to look at the hundredths digit, and you will ask yourself the same question. Is the hundredths digit bigger than 4 or smaller than 5? And then that will change what the thousandths digit will look like. Okay. For these ones, I would like you please to do for me also the check questions. Question 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No problem solving questions here yet. Just that only. Take a photo, post it in Edmodo so that I can see if you guys are okay with it, if I need to reteach something, or if we can continue to the next lessons. Thanks guys. See you later. Ciao.